there, fellow home cooks, and welcome to Solane Kitchen Moments. Dito mas pasasarapin natin ang usapan about food, travel, and life. And we're very lucky to have with us back on the show today somebody who's made Mesa ni Misis very popular. Now, in the earlier episode, we talked to her about her journey towards healthy eating. Now, we're going to talk about a different kind of journey, her traveling journeys, and how she's able to manage her healthy lifestyle even during her travels. So please welcome back on the show, Miss Juana Manahan Yupanco.
Hi again. It's so nice to be here again.
Welcome back. Okay, we learned a lot from you in the first episode and about your journey, being healthy and stuff like that. Then I mentioned that about traveling. That's also a challenge.
Absolutely.
For a lot of people. Have you always liked traveling even when you were young?
Yes, thankfully, we've been very blessed that our parents took us around when we were small, and there was kind of like, oh, well, you can't go because you're a kid yet or you're small.
Right.
So hopefully we'll be able to take our kids on trips, as a family.
What kind of food did you eat when you were young? Do you remember when you guys would travel?
We always made it a point to try like whatever like the national dish was.
Oh.
So, there was one time we were in Australia, we ate kangaroo, crocodile, and I was about 10 or 11. My mom thought it'd be funny to try it. I was like, okay, well, it's an experience and it's.
But that's also very brave of you, really.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were gonna say fish and chips.
No, it was kangaroo that they gave. And like when we took our kids to Australia, I asked my daughter and she cried. Kasi naman we see at the zoo tapos kakainin mo.
So now, when you would travel with your family, would you go to the local market first? Would you hit the popular restaurant first?
Well, my dad is a culture and history buff. So even before you eat, you're in a museum. Well, actually, growing up, food, like eating, choosing where to eat wasn't so important. But then when I got married, my husband naman loves food. But now we try to do like a little bit of both. So I think that's how food made its way into our travel.
So now it's also, I'm not sure if it's easier or harder, maybe depends on the country you travel to, in terms of eating the kind of food that you eat nowadays. So it's more vegan food, it's more vegetable based, and et cetera, et cetera. What are the challenges of that?
It's a lot of planning ahead of time, but it's really good because abroad there's so many choices. It's actually like around Asia.
Yes.
It's a bit harder. I'm also celiac, so I can't have flour and wheat. Yes. And like in Asia, there's soy sauce in everything, or they ferment stuff. So it's a bit harder for me around here.
Yes.
But Europe, Australia, the States, it's easy. Because in the States, they'll even ask you, why are you gluten-free? Is it a preference or is it an allergy? And if you say it's an allergy, they have like a different kitchen. They have different utensils.
Now, whenever you travel, I'm sure you've managed to find all these gems then, kahit papano, di ba, that are vegan or vegetarian. Is there a particular dish that maybe has stood out with you and you thought, when I get back to the Philippines, I'm gonna recreate this dish?
I'm gonna copy it. So I think that would have to be this dish I tried in Chiang Mai with my husband. And they brought out this dish and it had like raw sitaw, raw sigarilyas. And I thought, my gosh, if they're eating it like this, like for us, we eat it as nilaga.
Yes.
Or,
Sinigang,
stuff like that. But if they ate it in such a different way, so I recreated that. I'm gonna make it for you today. And that really brings back memories of just exploring that part of the world.
I'm very excited to try this special dish that you're gonna make for us from Chiang Mai. Alright, we're here now in the kitchen with Juana at eto na ang kanyang ibibida sa atin ngayon, ang Chiang Mai Salad. So tell us a bit more about the salad.
So this Chiang Mai salad was inspired by a pre-honeymoon trip. So my honeymoon, my pre-honeymoon
daming
with
honeymoon.
my husband, which was in Chiang Mai.
Right.
So
Chiang Mai in Thailand.
In Thailand. It's a mountain area there.
Right.
So our very first night when we had our dinner, they brought out this platter with grilled meat and different vegetables like okra, sitaw, and sigarilyas, but all raw. And I was so shocked. I said, I've never seen sitaw and sigarilyas outside of my country.
Right,
I just didn't know. And they were eating it raw, and then you dip it in like a peanut sauce. So when I was thinking about more salads for the book, I said, maybe I'll do something like this. But what I've done here is kind of blanched it a bit because it can be a bit tough on your stomach, especially if you're not used to eating a lot of vegetables or a lot of fiber. It's more digestible.
What are the ingredients for the salad?
Okay, so we have okra, sigarilyas, sitaw. These two especially are super, super high in protein. So a lot of people ask, where do I get my protein? Per 100 grams, it's a good amount of protein. Okra, of course, you can see here, it's already a bit slimy.
Yes.
That slime is what's good for you.
All right, so we've got our gulays. What else do we have?
On the side, we have our ingredients for the dressing. So this is peanut butter. Then we have here soy or tamari, green lime, which adds that like Thai, that exotic taste. And of course, your Wansoy or cilantro on the side.
Wansoy is the best. It's like a gift when you're able to purchase Wansoy kasi hindi naman siya laging available.
And fun fact, it's very good for women to balance our hormones.
Talaga ba?
Yes.
So, any tips for first-time cooks who are going to try this for the first time at home? How do you blanch, for instance, properly?
So, when you blanch stuff, you turn up your heat and you have the water boiling. So, that's a trick, is to not have it sit there for a long time.
Right.
You just throw it in literally a minute, take it out, and run it under cold water or put some in a bowl like this with ice cubes to stop the cooking.
Nice. Kasi mas maganda pa yung kulay nun pag binablanch.
And of course, all your vitamins stay in the vegetable.
Because you don't overcook it, you don't overboil it. Nice one! Okay, I can't wait to get started. I was telling Juana, behind the scenes, kanina sabi ko, buti lang, mahilig din talaga ako kumain ng gulay, di ba?
You like this?
Yes! Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you're gonna be shocked at how easy this is. So, I'm gonna dump. It's so, oh my gosh.
Wow. Sticky
That's
nga
all
talaga.
The gooey goodness there.
Okay, so wag kayo matakot dun sa sticky siya. Kasi actually yun pala yung
it's very good for you.
Now, you mentioned earlier that in the original recipe, the vegetables were raw.
Yes.
So, kumbaga, you blanching it is your own style. What else did you add that's a bit your own?
Right. So, I added this coconut chutney, which we also have a recipe for on the site and in the book. And we're just gonna grind all of these. So, you've got dried chickpeas, nyog, just like your nyog, bagong kayod, which I love. You know, you can use it like this. What I normally use is squeeze it and you take the gata and the leftover is this. And I just really love to use the whole plant and not waste anything. And of course, curry leaves, which I get from my neighbor who grows her own plant because they put it in everything. Very, very healthy for you.
Alrighty.
Right, so I'm just gonna mix up the last, which is sitaw and a little bit of our Wansoy.
So are all the gulays that you saw when you visited Chiang Mai, are they all available here, or what do you do when they're not available?
Thankfully, everything here is available. And in Mesa and Mrs., we really use locally sourced vegetables, nothing too fancy. Yeah, so there, mix this up. The great thing with these recipes is that you can just add whatever vegetable you have. So you have the basic one and then you throw in whatever is in your singkamas would be good with this.
Ganda nun. That's a good idea.
Okay, this is our dressing. So this again is our local peanut butter. So I'm just gonna put a couple tablespoons.
Alam mo yung peanut butter na yan, pag mag-peanut butter ka, tas ilagay mo siya sa saging, that's it. You've got power food that you can use for your workout, di ba? You don't need much beyond that. Actually, ang isang saging lang, ang dami ng as you know, because like your husband is a triathlete, so nabuhay sa saging din yan, di ba? So you've added, so that's the peanut butter, and then you added the soy sauce or tamari. What's the difference between soy sauce and tamari?
They're both made from soy, but tamari is actually gluten-free. And the taste is a little different. It's slightly more concentrated. So this is my little addition to it, which is a coconut chutney taught to me by a good friend, Indian friend. They put it on everything. So super, super easy to make.
Nice.
You
just need a blender with a top that opens.
A blender. You just need a blender.
Yan ang workout of the day natin.
And then just a little bit. This is just nyog.
So it's nyog na nakatasan na to, or nyog that still has the...
This still has the stuff in it, but it doesn't really matter. And this is dried chickpeas. You can buy it in any like Indian or Asian store.
What would you suggest as a substitute for this, just in case?
I would put kasoy, like roasted kasoy, if you can't find it. And it's just really for that nutty texture which this has. And of course, the curry leaves, which smell really, really amazing if you cut it.
Ay, oo nga.
And this is what I tell everybody. cooking plant-based. It's not the meat or the egg or the fish that has the flavor. It's your spices. So same lang sa gulay.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna pulse this a bit.
So ganyan pala yung itsura niya, parang powdery a little bit.
And then you'll see the little speckles from the dried
The leaves and also the
garbanzos.
garbanzos.
Yeah.
Parang masarap din, pwede rin siyang peanuts, I guess, if you didn't have it kasi parang
roasted.
mas Thai yung peanuts.
Roasted peanuts as well if you can't find this. Very easy to. Shall I serve you a
Yes,
plate?
please!
And I like to keep it separate. Because just in case mamaya hindi mo maubos to, you can keep it. If you add the nyog, it'll make it go bad quickly. Wow, our okra is really potent today.
Lahat ng mga nutrients sa mundo nandiyan sa okra na yan ngayon.
Coming out. So I hope you like okra.
I do now, thankfully.
Oh gosh, I hope.
So you put the coconut chutney on top first before or is that the one that you're serving on the side?
I'm serving this on the side again because it depends up to you. I'm gonna put it on the side for you.
Right. All right, pero eto na, bukod sa bago natin to tikman, although excited na ako actually, what is something that you would consider a prized possession from one of your travel?
It's this. It's very, it's a simple thing. It's a bracelet that my kids made for me. So the last big trip that we took was last summer. We went to South Africa.
Wow.
And what's special about this is that they chose a little charm. So that's a black rhino. Which the whole time we were in South Africa, we couldn't find one.
Okay.
So
was that the only one of the big five that you couldn't find? Okay.
So I was so in it. And then at the end of the trip, they said, "Mama, we know you really wanted to see one, so here we made you a bracelet." So I think something from your kids is always, you can't buy it. It's really from their heart.
That's true. Oh no, that was the time we get to taste your
I'm
salad.
nervous. I hope you like it.
Buti na lang, kahit na matagal kwentuhan natin, okay lang kasi salad naman siya. So hindi siya lumamig. Look at that. It's very tasty because of the dressing. I don't mind the okra.
The okra. Again, if you don't want it so slimy, don't have it like boiling for so long. Like have it, it's just that sometimes some people's stomachs can't take the fiber of the okra.
Okay.
Kung hindi ka sanay, it might cramp.
Okay. Ang sarap niya. Tsaka parang humelty ako agad sa isang subo pa lang. Parang maayos na yung buong katawan ko. If you guys want to try this recipe at home, you can screenshot. Yan. Para ma-save niyo yung mga ingredients na kailangan niyo para sa recipe na to na Chiang Mai Salad. Juana, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me here and such a pleasure to cook for you.
For those of the people watching us today, kung gusto nila mag-follow sa mga social media accounts mo, where can they follow you?
Yes, so all the recipes are available for free.
Oh, wow.
On messanymrs.com. So please do check that out. On Instagram, we're very active there at messanymrs. On Facebook, we're at messanymrs.ph, where we have groups actually where you can share your recipes.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much,
Thank
Juana.
you,
It was great
Suzy.
meeting you and working with you for a couple of days.
Yes.
You stay healthy, stay beautiful, and keep inspiring people also to, eat more ethically, diba?
Yes.
Or sustainably, or also healthily.
Healthily.
Yeah. All right, maraming salamat din sa inyo lahat for joining us today dito po sa show na mas sumasarap ang kwentuhan with every dish na pinagsasaluhan. Ito po ang ating Solane Kitchen Moments. And please do follow us, Solane, on Facebook, and also subscribe to Solane's YouTube channel. So see you guys again next time. Ingat po kayo!